Let us get some headlines now from around the world. We begin with tragic news out of Taiwan, where at least 48 people have died in a train crash. Ian Lee is following that story, and as well as others from London. Ian, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Anne-Marie. This is Taiwan's deadliest train crash in decades. It was traveling on the east side of the island when it reportedly hit a truck. Images from the scene show the tracks and train ripped apart. People climbed over debris to escape. Search teams struggled to rescue dozens trapped in the wreckage. At least 48 people were killed and dozens injured. The train was carrying nearly 500 people at the time of the accident, many of them tourists and folks heading home for the holiday weekend. Initial indications point to a construction truck that may have been improperly parked. It's believed that it slid into the path of the train. Authorities, though, have pledged a thorough investigation. Next, we're in Ethiopia, where investigators say they've uncovered evidence of a massacre. Footage from the alleged incident shows at least 15 unarmed men rounded up and executed by the army. Their bodies were reportedly dumped over a cliff. And since late last year, Ethiopia's military has been carrying out an offensive against the Tigray People's Liberation Front in the northern Tigray region. More than 2 million people have been displaced so far, many fleeing to neighboring Sudan. We now move on to the Asia-Pacific region, where the United States will brief South Korea and Japan on the Biden administration's North Korea policy. The meeting comes against the backdrop of recent North Korean missile tests last week. Biden has previously expressed openness to diplomacy with Pyongyang, but warned there would be a U.S. response if they escalate tensions. The talks with the three nations will cover a range of issues, including the North's nuclear weapons program. Finally, we end with a virtual meeting hoping to breathe new life into the Iran nuclear deal. Representatives from the EU, China, France, Germany, Russia, the United Kingdom, and Iran discussed the possibility of the United States returning to the deal. In 2018, Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew the United States, believing more pressure and sanctions would curb Iran's nuclear ambitions. Well, that had the opposite effect. President Biden says now he wants the U.S. to rejoin the nuclear deal, but only after Tehran returns to full compliance with the pact's restrictions. And Anne-Marie, the Trump administration withdrawing from the deal damaged the United States' credibility in the eyes of its partners, and Iran returning to it is easier said than done. One of the big hurdles now is who will act first. Will it be the U.S. by lifting Trump's sanctions, or will Iran return to full compliance? And we are hearing from a Russian diplomat who says that the talks are on the right track and that they were very businesslike.
Well, the world will be watching. Ian, thank you so much.